Well, you obviously have this enormous empathy for your fans, which is so greatly, I'm sure, appreciated by myself and the rest of them. But how hard or easy is it for you to go back and revisit your films? I mean, when you talk to a lot of actors, they're always like, "Oh, I can't watch myself on screen." Do you find it easy to look back at your own movies and go, "Oh yeah, I did this really well," or "I did this really poorly," or or do you prefer not to, sort of after you've made the film, to go back and watch it a bunch of times, or to sort of look at your own work and assess it, as honestly as you can?
I'm my best critic, I think, because I'm never satisfied. I never like my movies, and I don't like watching them. I really don't.
Mm-hmm.
And talking about The Howling, the end scene, I don't know if you ever saw the movie, but the end scene, I found out later, the main reason they did it, and then they were really happy because it became so popular, was too short. So they went back and they had nothing. So there's a scene in the movie where I tear off my dress. I have this rip-away dress.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a nice scene, and I okayed it in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end, somebody must have said, why don't we take that scene and then just cut scenes in there to make it longer because it was too short.
Mm-hmm.
So here I am, topless then,
Mm-hmm.
of course. I tear open my dress, Christopher Lee making the cross, tear open my dress, another werewolf appears, tear open so this went on for about 25 times, and they were showing the movie. It was completed, and they were selling it at the American Film Market in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
And they invited me to the screening, and I always sneak in the very last row after it's dark and leave before because I don't want anybody to see me. And I watched it, and when that scene at the end came, I thought I was going to die. I was so angry. It's okay to do that scene in a movie, but I did not okay it 20 times at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was laughing because it became funny. It was boing, 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 boing,
Yeah.
boing, boing. So I walked into, he's not with us anymore. He's a wonderful producer. I mean, he also did movies like Salvador.
Mm-hmm.
John Daly.
Mm-hmm.
I walked into his office. I said, John, if you don't take that out, I am not going to promote this movie, and I'm going to distance myself from this. He said, Sybil, hold on, it's beautiful, blah, 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 blah. And he said, I'll tell you what, I won't take them all out, I can't. I need some. I said, then put other scenes back there. So he probably took out half. What you see today is half of what was there before. So I don't watch it. Just sometimes. That movie, I was invited to in Austin, Texas, 2 years ago at the wonderful Draft House Theater.
Yeah.
And one day they showed The Howling 2, and the next day they showed Chained Heat. So I was there for 2 days, and the theater, I mean, it's lovely. I sat upstairs, had my feet up, had my dinner, had my beer with it, and watched it because I went on stage before and after. So in instances like that, of course I watch it, but in general, do I pull out my movies and watch them at home and say, ooh, I really love that? No. I collect my movies. I make sure I have one copy of everything, of whatever comes out,
Mm-hmm.
DVD, Blu-ray, everything. But Battle Beyond the Stars is coming out on Blu-ray now, so I'll be at the Comic-Con. They've asked me to go there.
Terrific.
For Battle Beyond the Stars coming out. But no, I don't, because I'm never satisfied. I mean, I always say, oh my God, I could have done that better, or I think why did I do that? I'm never satisfied, but I don't know. I know some people that really like to watch themselves, yeah. I was going to say most actors, I think, don't like to watch themselves. I don't have to, no.
Well, what sort of is the next thing coming up for you? Obviously, it sounds like you have the promotion of these DVDs and Blu-rays, but like, what other sorts of projects are you working on right now, or what's coming up for you?
Well, I'm working on a vampire thriller that I'm producing, and that's in the works. I can't say too much about that right now, but I'm very excited about that. And like I said, I have Ruger, the game, in development, and I also have Ruger, the character, that I want to do as a movie, and I have that right now with Lionsgate. I'm talking to them about it, either to do as a movie or a movie, and then a spin-off for a TV series, and the game parallel. So I'm working on that. I have something that I'm writing, which is a book, and my editor, who wrote, not just edited, wrote, I believe 3 Steve McQueen books.
Oh, wow.
Is coming into town in June, and he's expecting me to have it completed, and I'm running late on that. So I'm excited about that. And I actually have a project. I just got the first draft in. Philippe Moore, the director of Howling 2, Gary Brandner, the creator and owner of all the Howling books, and writer of all the Howling books, and co-writer of a lot of the Howling scripts, including Howling 2, and I are partnered on a new franchise.
Oh, wow.
Because when the Howling 2 did so well, I said to Philippe, I said, you know what, because in the UK, MGM was saying, oh, it was the #1 on DVD sales when it came out, and you know, it just did so tremendously well. I said, Philippe, let's do another Howling, you know? And he said, let's talk to Gary. And we sat down, and Gary said, well, somebody still has rights to one, and then something else is screwed up. He says, you know what, I think we've done the Howling to death. Let's start a new franchise. So we said, okay. So the 3 of us sat down, and we now have a concept, and Gary's going to write it, and he did now. He just gave me the first screenplay, and Philippe is going to direct them, and I'm going to be the star of them. And I'm very excited, and I just had a beautiful logo made for the movie in Germany. Beautiful logo. And it's called Night Hunters. Right now we're calling it Night Hunters. So we'll see. We want to do that as like the Howling, and do a series of movies, but we could also do it for TV as a series. So that's another thing that I'm working on right now.
Is that, you say it's a new franchise, but is it werewolf themed, or is it different?
The first one will be werewolf, but the Night Hunters not only hunt werewolves. So it opens up to anything that is interesting, put it that way.
Gotcha. Well, listen, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate getting the opportunity to speak to you.
Thank you very much. And may I also give you, for my fans and your readers, my website, so they can go to the website?
Absolutely.
It is www.SybilDanning.net. That's SybilDanning.net. Thank you.